There are many different aspects and elements to the gong, and it can be quite confusing for people who want to learn more because there's so much information, and it's very easy to make a big investment and go down the wrong direction and then regret it later when you learn more. Gong mastery is about learning how to play the gong well for presentation, right? It's about the art of sound. There are many different types of gongs made of different types of materials and textures that elicit different types of sounds. There's a whole range of gong mallets and strokes. Again, different sounds and sound effects. So if you study gong mastery, these are the various elements involved, learning how to present the sound in an entertaining, pleasing, and relaxing way. Also, many teachers incorporate other instrumentation, sounds that go really well with the gong, right? When you're presenting the gong. So it can be gongs with singing bowls, percussion instruments, the voice. There are no limits to what you can do. It's just based on personal preference. So there are many teachers out there that teach all of these aspects. And you get an opportunity to play many different types of high quality gongs, usually. Gong sound healing. This is where you learn how to use the gong in a therapeutic context for one-to-one healing. There are also other elements that are typically incorporated as well, such as using singing bowls and those tones for healing, as well as tuning forks. So the focus is on one-to-one client work. So the gong playing component is much easier and simplified as opposed to all the various elements of gong mastery with different mallets and strokes and all that kind of thing. There's also an amazing spiritual community who does spiritually oriented healing with the gong, and this is the group that I'm associated with. So I work with individuals to help just people get set up with a gong in the home and incorporate various awareness practices to help raise consciousness. So by working through emotional and psychological issues and learning to meditate, we raise consciousness, and the gong is an amazing support tool for this. It's incredible what can happen when you enter into communion with the gong in a conscious way with these various practices. So these are some of the different options. Maybe you're interested in running gong sound bath sessions for groups. This is where you would invite a group of people to come lay down for an hour, maybe in a yoga studio, where they lay down and receive the sounds. This could be one gong, or it could be many gongs with other instrumentation too. It really just depends on what you feel attracted to. Or maybe you just want to play at home for yourself, just because you love the beautiful sound. So there's lots of different options. And I know of people who have a real affinity and connection with sound, that just buy a gong and offer sound sessions and do it very beautifully, right? That have a natural affinity and confidence. Because the gong isn't difficult to play, it just requires sensitivity. And it just depends on how much you want to know and learn about the gong and different types of gongs, right? Which path that you might take. Maybe you might take several paths and have several interests around working with the gong. So I'll offer some videos around the specific kinds of work that I do with it. Thank you.